What's up, Berserker Patriots? Something just dawned on me. When Republicans talk about how they're Christians and how we help each other so much, where? How do you help people so much? So, you say the schools are indoctrination centers that your children shouldn't even be at in the first place. And then your way of helping people is by donating money to those indoctrination centers to make yourself feel better. That doesn't make sense to me. Every community has at least a few hundred homeless people in it, a lot of which are homeless veterans. Unfortunately, quite a few are junkies and they ruin it for the actual homeless people that would like to get their lives together. But there are people that are out here on the streets because hurricanes destroyed their stuff, or some family member died and it was an extreme situation and they lost everything. Because what you got to understand is in America, especially down here in Florida, the retirement town where everybody dies, people come down here to help their families, and then they get stuck with what's called an inheritance tax. Okay, so just so you understand, if your parent dies and they owned anything, their debt gets stuck on you. Okay? Even though it's not your debt and you didn't accumulate it, your parents' debt gets shoved right onto you. Isn't that fucked up? And this happens in many, many different cases in many different ways. People just get stuck with debt because they inherited something. So their parents work their ass off so their children can have something, and then they tax you on it. Out the ass, by the way. One of the highest taxes there is. Because they want to take your parents' stuff, that's why. They want you not to be able to pay it. So, and if it's land, what they do is, the land might be where you might have gotten an appraisal on that land and it was worth something, but they'll come out and they'll appraise that land and they'll make it worth 20 times more than it was worth. That way they know you can't pay the inheritance tax. Okay. Nothing about this government is here to help us. Nothing. Every rule of the United States government goes against the people. We're supposed to follow the Constitution. They're not supposed to just willy-nilly pass policies and ordinance. Ordinance and policies do not supersede the United States Constitution, guys. Nothing supersedes the United States fucking Constitution. Okay? Anything contrary to the Constitution is non and void and doesn't exist. So any law enforcement officer that enforces something, you don't work for your sheriff, you work for the fucking people. You need to understand that. So if you don't